Welcome to the John No Radio Show today. A lovely day in the Mile High. It is a Friday, January 6th. Thank you again very much for hanging out with us. You can hang out with us live at live.johndoradio.com, or you can also head over to the NORML Network and check us out there, live.norml.org, being rebroadcast live with our friends over at the NORML Network. I'm sure that it will be a huge topic of discussion today. Will be NORML. We got ourselves in studio right now with us, though. The man himself, none other than Will Breeze.
Hey.
Westward.com, dispensary or cannabis center reviewer.
I still say dispensary.
I know, but Warren comes in here with a big stick and whacks us. He's not here right now, though.
Okay, good. Well, then I'll keep saying it.
That's good. You should roll with that.
I've been a dispensary critic for... I'm not changing it. MMC critic.
You're the first good year ever. Don't talk to me like you don't...
Don't talk to me like that.
And the reason why he's not on cam is just because it would just, it would kind of ruin things.
Big time.
It would ruin things.
I'll show you my hand, though. Maybe.
Oh, my God, it's Will Breeze hand.
I don't know. I can't get it over there.
Yeah, I saw it, though.
Okay.
We saw your hand. It's all right. It's a good time. So we will also have Steve Elliott, giving him a call sometime after the hour, so maybe between 15 and I always forget to shut off this monitor over there, and I hear a little background music. Anyway, 15 after the hour, we'll call him and talk with him, and this may be the John Doe Radio Show, but I'm going to give one of the first disclaimers ever on the show today, that whatever happens on the show today, I have no responsibility for. Nothing. I may walk out of the room, hand over the whole controls, come back on Monday, act like nothing happened.
You take no responsibility for the opinions and views expressed by your guests.
I take no responsibility.
You can record that and use that again.
I swear to goodness. Also sitting with us is the awesome Jenny Kush.
Good morning, everyone.
I forgot to say hi earlier, Jenny.
Hi.
It's good to see you again.
Good to see you, too.
I'm glad I could reunite you two. I feel like such a fantastic
family.
I know. And also with us, Scott, the mean green man.
How you doing?
Have you ever been a wrestler? That would be an awesome
No,
one.
that would be cool, though. Huh?
That's what I was thinking.
The
when I
mean
was
green
saying
man and just wear
Be like-
green with a big pot.
I need a job these days. I hear that hardcore, you know,
I
those
do some
hardcore
promoting.
people.
Yeah, I do some tattoo promotions with
coming to the
Primo's
ring.
hardcore wrestling.
Right
Get my ass
now,
kicked, I tell you what.
standing at 311,
I'm kidding. You're a little bit taller than that.
weighing
I ain't
at
get a 311.
145 pounds, barely wet. It's Scott the Mean Green
I'm down
Crusher.
to like 187 now. I was probably
187.
I was up to like 210, but now I've been on the Occup diet. So
I get the occupied
I'm
diet.
on like the
Diet?
187. I was just like a poor man for the past couple months. But
That's how they're
things
going to
are
totally
things
sell
are-
that in Hollywood
Things
now.
are going good.
For people that do not know who Scott Green is, he is.
Then why are you listening? Then you should know.
I know.
The listeners know.
He is the former host of the Mile High NORML Show, which is now called
Cannabis Radio.
Cannabis Radio with Georgia Edson.
I like that.
He is also an occupier.
Not anymore. But
Well-
my friends are still down there.
I
found shelter for the winter. I'm a pussy.
the
Can I say that?
justice
Colorado
system.
winters are
Yeah.
cold.
It's only kill them. That's what's going to kill them. It's not going to be the cops. It's going to be the winners. The winners are. So they had 136 people die last year from the winter.
The justice system tends to run a certain situation, with certain people too. So, like, makes them run from.
The justice system. The justice system. I don't know. Is blind.
That's what I'm trying to say. Is the justice system is a part of what you're probably staying away from Occupy for.
Oh yeah,
For good reason.
that's one of the good reasons. But we'll
you've
see
been-
about that tonight in Boulder.
How
I
many-
was told to stay away tonight in Boulder. They're going to evict. The Boulder's got it going on. Boulder's got
How
a
many
little
cases
tent
are you
city.
dealing with the Occupy?
2, 3, 2.
2, 3.
2. I got
Two.
3 charges on one and 1 on the other. But I'm copping deals. I think. I
So
don't
we-
know. I'm not
we
fighting.
saw
I have to
video-
try to find a job, so I need
Yeah.
like free my time. I can't be going to court for like
William
the next
Breeze.
2 months.
We saw video. Should we announce this? Is this something we should say right now?
What about
that we
what?
saw the video of the video that we saw this morning of?
Oh yeah, I mean that guy.
That's
yeah.
public knowledge.
Yeah, that's public knowledge.
Yeah, dude, I saw a video of this like dude at the Occupy in Denver, and
Yeah.
then the cops came in, and when one of Scott's friends got arrested, this guy came in, didn't know Willie from Nilly,
Tackled
came in,
the hell out
tackled
of
the
the
hell out of
cop.
the cop, and just
Whoa.
And he's like a 3-time felon already, and now he's got like 2 other felonies on him, and he's facing like 3 to 12 years.
3-time felon.
He was a good guy
Facing
too.
felonies.
He just made us
Boom.
the videos. He didn't do it.
Wow.
Craziness.
He didn't do it.
I got
don't
to
know.
check
You can't
out-
even- that's like not even a good. Like that's the deal they gave him. They're like, all right, we'll give you a 3 to 12.
That's ridiculous.
Like that's like, but if you lose,
That
we'll
sounds
probably
like a
give you a
good
little
deal
bit
to
more.
me, being a 3-time felon or whatever. I don't even know if he is a 3-time felon or not. I'm just
Drug felon
that's what you
actually in
said.
another state.
Well, I'm putting that on you. I
Yeah.
suppose it.
This is his third.
Allegedly. Trying to be actual journalist.
But that's not why we're here today.
But also, I would like to tell you guys, if we didn't make it clear, we do have William Breeds in the studio with us, and we will also have Steve Elliott on the phone with us here in
Hey.
just a bit. William Breeds is the nation's first cannabis dispensary reviewer. He is at westward.com. You can check him out, westward.com/latestword, the mild highs and lows. Basically, anywhere where you see William Breeds' name on the westward.com website, click on it, and it'll bring you to all his articles, the stuff that he's done. And it's not just the mile highs and lows. And like we said before,
It's really easy. Just latestwordblog.com, and it'll take you to all of our stuff.
you're not just the reviewing, you're actually getting in the middle of news with everything, which we would like here very soon to get in the middle of this action of the CDPHE situation that's
We should
going
have a
on
sit-in.
with the
Serious.
patients.
We bring 1,000 people into this damn the CDPHE, the 1,000 people, and like, all right, deal with us now because they're finally doing denial letters.
I think if they
So
saw
hold
all
on.
these people,
But I'm in this
face-to-face,
revolution
yeah.
stage. Let's go
Hold
sit
on here.
in this.
Hold on. Let's make sure we get everything lined up because there's a few things we need to talk about today and are pretty fired up on, I'm sure, and whatever Will wants to bring into the mix too. But number one, we have the Allen St Pierre letter that was sent out, which has just created huge whatever. And huge kudos to Celeb Stoner for, as a journalistic value of blasting out this story and whatever. And this is not media jealousy or whatever, but we busted this story, and your Mile High Normal show we talked about this weeks ago. I mean, we continuously. Here's the deal: John Doe Radio's got to figure out somehow how to get our name out there to 1 million people, more people than we get.
We just gotta
because
write
we get
it.
that
Is he right
insight-
at the internet? That's the great thing about the internet. It doesn't
Is
have
we
to go
need
out
to-
to 1 million people. 1 million people could be like.
We need to write
100
about it
people,
more.
and then
We
100
do need to
people
write
will
about
send
it
it,
more. But I'm saying, like, we
We just bitch about it on the radio and forget about it later.
yeah. If our reach with radio was a little bit more, I mean, this was something that could have
You
came
need
up
to
weeks
find
ago.
a way to incorporate it with like Beyonce's Baby and Paris Hilton, and just tag it, and you'll get 1 million people.
That's a good idea.
Really?
Unfortunately, that's what it's come to in this country.
Yeah.
Or Ron Paul. You could tag it with Ron Paul.
Dude, Ron Paul would work too.
No, I'm not saying anything for or against Ron Paul. However, I'm just saying you put his name in anything, and 1 million people check it out.
What do you think? Do you think that Ron Paul stands any sort of chance whatsoever right now?
I don't know. I haven't been following the political race.
What I find it quite amazing. I may be talking out of my yin yang here. That he lose the Iowa caucus.
Well, of course he did, but
How the hell did that happen?
you knew he wasn't going to win it anyways. He was like the
No, but he
But I'll
was up,
say
he was
this
ahead though. He
for-
was up.
For someone who's
the first
followed like the last however many elections that have been politically active and followed, it's interesting to see someone who maybe 8 years ago, a lot of people thought 8 years ago and beyond, people thought it was kind of like a fringe candidate being taken so seriously now.
Yeah.
And for whatever that's worth, I'm not for or against whatever, but it's really impressive to see that kind of grassroots movement build up with any candidate. So I don't know. That's sort of my one take on it.
The frustrating part about the situation with Ron Paul is that he is a viable candidate, in my opinion. I think Gary Johnson is an extremely
Go
viable.
Gary Johnson.
I am a bigger fan of Gary Johnson than I am of Ron Paul. But the problem is here in America, we have this ridiculous third-party system. I don't want to really get into that too much. We've got too much to get into today as it is. Anyway, the things we need to get to today and want to talk about with, and I'm sure that I don't know exactly what Will wanted to cover, but the first thing that obviously we want to maybe mention is read this normal article, or this article that came across from Celeb Stoner, Steve Bloom, our friend over there. Consider him a friend.
I was hoping to have him on the show here relatively soon to talk about it now. Of course, I love Steve Bloom. I love
You get
his,
him on
his writings.
iCannabis Radio. We need to
Yeah.
probably get him on the show, maybe more with John Doe Radio. We've only talked to him a couple times. And the other thing was,
You got the great Steve Elliott too. He could have released it. He knew about it. I mean,
Oh, I'm
there's
sure
been public knowledge about this. The letter went out. We talked about it forever. Georgia's been very vocal about it.
dude, when he gets on here in a little, I'm not. That's why I gave my disclaimer. So
I'll just say this: I don't think that position has been. I agree. I mean, like I've kind of known that that's their position for a while, and it's just that it broke now, and it's got it sort of hooked for people to hang it on, I guess. But
I think it can be broke down. There's a part in it where Allen St Pierre says
the longest serving nonprofit person in America. Also, he's like the monarchy, or he's like the what do you call him?
the nonprofit.
Yeah, he's the longest serving nonprofit leader in North America right now.
There's a part
it's time for leadership change.
and I may be wrong here, but I think there's a part inside that's getting twisted in it, and it maybe is getting slightly mixed up in that. Oh, Warren is here. Somebody go make sure.
Sam Warren's here.
Oh,
I said hello to him earlier.
Can you go see if Warren wants to get in on this normal conversation here? When we're ready to get in on it and see if he has time. But anyway, I think one part got a little bit mixed up about it, but I don't know. There's a part in it that talks about the medical marijuana system being a scam. It's not so much what Allen St Pierre said, the medical marijuana is being a scam. It's that the system that's been built up by the people, the ridiculousness of the people, that's what sort of is the scam part of it. Anyway, we'll get into it a little bit more. Will, I'm sure you wanted to talk about the CDPHE situation that's been coming up. I don't know if you know anything more about it. I know here at Warren Edson's office, Edson, Maton, and Matz, and Brian Vicente's office, and one other office has gotten involved with the lawsuit. I love seeing that. Would love to talk about that here after we get back to some commercials and stuff. And what did you want to exactly talk about today?
No, that was that and the weather.
Dude, it's beautiful.
How beautiful has it been?
Stupid.
I wish
outside.
we had some snow, but
Last night I walked outside and I'm like, it feels like humid middle of summer, but it's winter.
I cooked cheeseburgers out on the grill last night.
I'll cook cheeseburgers.
It was awesome.
Dude, if it's a blizzard, I'll cook cheeseburgers.
Yeah, I will too, but it was like me outside with like a beer, hanging out, and a spliff, and
That's how we
burgers.
do it. That's how we do in Colorado. I'll even have like the
rad.
little back when I first moved out, it was like I threw the hoodie up over the top, and I'd have my the joint right here and this little Coleman grill, and I'd just be sitting there and just the heat from the grill would be coming up, and you'd be worked perfectly. So I loved it. It's fantastic times. So,
it was a nice evening.
Yeah,
I said, I threw on the gas. No, but the CDPHE thing is really, it's just frustrating. It's so frustrating that consistently they said that they're not placing blame on patients, but it's so clear that to be denying these patients, you have to assess them some sort of blame.
Yeah.
And they've got the ability to interpret this law. I don't know, it just bothers me, and it frustrates me because I get emails from patients all the time. Some are fine. Some, they can go back to the black market. But I get calls and emails from people who are like in their 60s who they don't want to they don't have contacts in the weed world.
Yeah.
They don't want to go hang out in Civic Center Park.
And we'll talk about it here in a
Sorry.
second here. I know because we need to give a little bit of background for because we are being broadcast.
I forget.
Simulcast, brand new on the NORML Network, and we may have some new listeners, maybe not know the background of Colorado and stuff too. And we also do have this normal situation to get to, but I also have to make sure that we pay the bills. Make sure you guys check out the one and only Rare Dankness Seeds. The awesome Rare Dankness Seeds. 970-812-DANK is where you can call if you were in Colorado and would like to get these Cannabis Cup award-winning seeds inside of your store, or you can go to raredankness.com. Also, you can get select seeds at medical marijuana dispensaries such as our partners, the Cherry Company, the Pearl Company, Teapot, and SWAC, Southwest Alternative Care.
I was going to say, what the hell's that?
We were driving by, Kim and I were driving by one day, SWAC, and we were like, man, that's SWAC. And then, or she was like, that's, I don't know, anyway. Southwest Alternative
had to
Care.
be there.
So, yeah, one of those had to be there.
You're just trying to invent new lingo?
I do it all the time on the JDR-isms. We got our own dictionary in the JDR. So make sure you check them out there, and also some big announcements that we've already talked about on the John Doe Radio Show, too, with actual flour being made available at other spots. I'm not going to repeat it because I don't know how comfortable other people are with me repeating it. It seemed like last night talking to somebody that they weren't so comfortable with us saying certain things. So anyway, make sure you check out also our good friends where you can get these seeds, Southwest Alternative Care, the Cherry Company, Pro Company, and Teapot. That's what I meant. The gerbil is like flying in its side of its little wheel 1,000,000 miles an hour, trying not to catch its leg inside of the little thing and then and fall out of the wheel. That's what today's like for me. Did you get that at all?
Kind of.
Picture a gerbil running inside the brain, making my brain work, and he's like working hard, just going, and then all of a sudden his little foot gets caught in the little wheel, and then goes around like in circles.
In my head, there's a
gerbil in
monkey.
your head.
See, there's a gerbil in his head. Mine, there's like a
Disturbing,
monkey behind the desk, like just pulling files randomly from like the files, and like every once in a while, like he just falls out too. So yeah, so I've been getting pissed off. It's the monkey
I truly believe that there is a monkey running your dome up there. So
with the mustache and a beard. Now, when you blow your nose, like you have leftovers.
anyway,
So you done selling stuff?
what's that? Yeah, I gotta
Okay.
get on. I gotta get on some commercials because I know your time is very valuable.
Well, no,
here.
I wanted to talk about the CDPHE thing, too.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll get to some commercials and make sure that our sponsors are taken care of. Also, make sure you go to online, A Cut Above Medical Marijuana Center on Facebook. We've created a Denver A Cut Above Medical Marijuana Center Facebook link. It doesn't really have any pictures or anything up on it, but that's also that's also on purpose itself. So if you get in early, maybe your name could get written down and maybe you could get something extra special. All right, so check it out. It's the John R Radio Show. We do it live. We're hanging out with our good friends. We need to give Steve Elliott a call here in just a second after these commercials and get him in on this conversation. But we have Warren Edson in here. We have our good friend William Breeze. We have Kim. We have Jenny Kush. It's just a crazy good old time on the John R Radio Show. Also, thank you to the NORML Network for airing our show. Big thanks to everybody else who makes this show possible. LittleManHosting.com. You rock for bringing it to you. You can catch us if you missed anything at JohnDoeRadio.com.
Marijuana, they'll approve medical uses. So the bottom line is, people smoke marijuana for one reason and one reason only. That's to get high.
Produced over a mile above sea level. How much higher can you get, John Doe?
All my friends are stoners. Everyone I know gets high. Maybe there's a reason why weed's not legalized.
Why people always be afraid of what they don't know. I understand, can't comprehend the info so old. The Reefer Madness video was purely propaganda. A movie made to scare all of the kids in Alabama. Maybe they're afraid to think they might lose control instead of embracing its many uses from farming to medical. It's so pathetic though how pharmaceutical companies can make you feel high to low. It seems it's all about the money, bunny.
Us friends are stoners. Everyone I know gets high. Maybe there's a reason why weed's not legalized.
You're listening to the John Doe Radio Show.
Mad Hatter Smoke Shop has got your high-quality American-made unique pieces and some of the best scientific glass available anywhere. Artists and companies like Mike Fro, Cowboy, Zob, Royal, and D-Rock with some of the best products the Mile High State has to offer. Treehouse, Joel Halen, Worm, Tricky, and more. Mad Hatter Smoke Shop also carries Sheldon Black, one of the highest names in glass standards. Don't miss out on the Holy Water style collection either. Our friend John Waters offers his line of shirts, jackets, hats, and skateboards for men and women. Mad Hatter Smoke Shop for everything the JDR Army needs. Mention JDR or John Doe Radio and get 20% off. 20%! Visit MadHatterSmokeShop.com or email store@MadHatterSmokeShop.com for inquiries. Mad Hatter Smoke Shop, 6091 West Colfax Avenue in Denver, 303-953-7015. Store at MadHatterSmokeShop.com, 6091 West Colfax Avenue, Denver, Colorado, 303-953-7015. Make sure you check out our friends at Compassionate Pain Management in Lakewood and in Louisville. Our good friends, CPM, people who really do care about providing the best care services and medicine offered. A holistic healing center that not only takes care of you in your meds, but also in your pain management situation. Acupuncture, Reiki practices, massage therapy, hot stone massage. It's important to make sure you pick a place as part of all this for the right reasons and can offer you more than just those top shelf meds. Located in Lakewood at 1585 Quail Street, number 13B, and in Louisville, 1116-7 West Dillon Road on the southwest corner of West Dillon and McCaslin. Once again, consider something more than just top shelf meds and the places you go to, located in Lakewood and in Louisville. Call them in Louisville, 303-665-5596. or in Lakewood, 303-232-3620. Make sure you mention the John Doe Radio Show. And as with all sponsors, make sure you mention the John Doe Radio Show. You can get a little something special. All right? Big thanks to CPM. They'll be here on Monday.
Trouble with the law? Or maybe you're looking to start a medical marijuana business? The law firm of Edson, Mayton, and Matz can help. Attorneys Warren Edson, Lauren Mayton, and Chris Matz offer a wide range of criminal defense-related assistance and cannabis legal services. Call the team of legal professionals ready to help you or your business out today. 303-831-8188. That's 303-831-8188. Or check out the website, warrenedson.com. That's warrenedson.com.
Also, make sure you check out one of our favorites and one of the most affordable medical marijuana centers in the Denver area. Platte Valley Medical Marijuana Center in Denver has some of the most affordable prices anywhere. If you don't believe us, call them 303-953-0295. That's 303-953-0295. Or just head down and visit them. Trust us, located at 2301 7th Street, Unit B, across from the Denver Aquarium. Great people who care about a fine selection of meds and a wide variety of extractions from top shelf extracts, I should say. Get the name right there. I see top shelf extracts everywhere. In fact, some of the best deals anywhere. I can tell you, Wax Wednesdays, all wax, $15 a gram when normally $20 a gram. Monday Madness, premium specific strain joints for only $1 when normally are only $3. During NFL playoffs, Platte Valley also running a special on select ounces. Not just bottom shelf strains either. $125 for these ounces, $15 select eighths. Do not miss one of the busiest and convenient dispensary locations in Denver, Platte Valley Medical Marijuana Center, located at 2301 7th Street, Unit B. Call them, 303-953-0295. That's 303-953-0295. And until January 15th, everyone gets patient prices at $25 eighths and $150 ounces. Check them out, Platte Valley Medical Marijuana Center.
JDR News.
Boom, and we get back into it with JDR News here. I cannot thank our sponsors enough for allowing us to be able to be here and talk with these fantastic people like William Breeze. I'm going to give Steve Elliott. Hold on, do it. Is your mic on?
No, I went to this place. They just weren't that good.
Wait, what was this?
Is my mic on? My mic's on. Will's got his nose in a jar.
Will's got his nose in a jar. That's what I'm hearing. I'm like, what the heck is going on here? I'm like,
partner's got a...
The three-ring circus is completely... We're about ready to add...
What does he carry around? What do you got today?
Yeah, what kind of pot
does...
Yeah, what does Will Breathes have with him here? Sorry, Steve, for calling you so late always.
Well, I've got various bits of Kush in my jar today from friends, actually. So there's that's a little bit of headband, and then there's some Rascal from some friends.
I keep meaning to turn that down. Sorry.
Some headband.
And then
a stick.
A stick with a little bit left on it, and I can't remember what this was or why I saved it, but it's been in the jar for a long time.
Hey, Steve Elliott, you with us there?
Oh, Bruce Banner. That's what it is.
What happened? Let me just drop Steve there. Let me try and call him back here.
He doesn't want to talk.
Hello?
Hey, Steve, you're live on the John Doe Radio Show.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, we got a whole cast crew of people. We got Warren Edson. We got the William Breeze in with us. Jenny Kush. I know you might know who she is.
Hi, Steve.
Scott Green.
Hey, how's it going, Jenny?
Hello. Good.
We got Phil Philman. This is just as jacked as the studio's almost been since CPM, since Monday. So we had to get you in on this conversation, man. A lot of news coming up and a lot of opinion I'm sure that everybody has here. What's the first thing that we should probably, since it's Fridays are usually your days, Steve, and I would like to give you first a jab at what you would like to cover today.
Well, I know you guys have already been wondering about what the heck Allen St Pierre was thinking when he put that column on Celeb Stoner. I think that I'm trying to give Allen the benefit of the doubt on that, but I think it would be a really wise idea in the future if Allen consulted with actual medical marijuana patients before deciding things for us, like deciding it's okay to say it's a sham and a fraud, the medical marijuana industry. Now, while people may parse what he said down into, well, he wasn't saying marijuana has no medical value. He was saying that selling it as a medical thing isn't really getting us all the way to legalization. Well, that's a possibly valid point there. But the way not to do that, the way not to sell that point, is to call medical marijuana a sham and a fraud, because maybe he should talk to a few patients before he says something as insensitive as that. To me, when I wake up in the morning and I'm ready to throw up, and I take a couple of bong hits, and then I'm ready to function and work as a productive human being, that doesn't feel very much like a sham and a fraud to me. That feels pretty real.
Does it feel like, alcohol in the 30s during Prohibition, meaning something that you went, lied to your doctor about so you could get some booze? Is it similar to that, Steve?
Snake bite.
He compared it to that. You're right. He did compare it to that. I don't think that is a valid comparison. I didn't see anything comparable to what we have today, with a lot of people literally their lives are depending on safe access to cannabis. To take the cavalier attitude that you can say things like this without it impacting the way people feel about your organization, without it impacting the willingness of people to contribute money to your organization, it's just hard for me to believe that some of that stuff came out of Allen St Pierre's mouth. Now, I'm trying to assume that he's coming from a positive place. I'm trying to assume that he is not dissing medical marijuana as badly as it could be assumed that he is. But still, it is really hard to give him enough slack to say those kinds of things.
Well, and so Steve, that what came out
By
last
the way,
night,
we have Warren Edson with us from Edson, Maton, and Mats. Make sure you check out warrenedson.com. He is the other voice that you're hearing right now with us. Sorry, Warren.
Hey, Steve, what came out last night on Celeb Stoner was a boiled-down version of what he sent to the NORML legal listserv in October, and something that had created quite a debate on that and caused a number of us to resign from NORML and the listserv because of that attitude. So, and it was verbatim. I mean, if anything, things came out of the email in October rather than it getting bigger.
My problem is, in putting everything aside of whatever, and I've seen some of the things that have been said, I have a serious issue with something that was personally said from one of the heads of NORML to a very good friend of mine, and I don't know whether or not I want to bring that up right now, but I just think that it was some unprofessional things had happened there. The bottom line is, I think that the situation needs to be dealt with by NORML in a different way. And I mean, I'd like to call Russ a friend. I think Russ is a friend. I think he's a colleague. I think we're working towards the same things. But just as there's probably been things that I've said that have ticked Russ off or been maybe shoot from the hip or whatever, I just don't think that this throwing medical marijuana patients under the bus, the system under the bus, that it's not working the way that it's going. I don't agree with it as a resource to try and do what we're doing. I think that it's going to take away from the momentum that we have moving forward with everything. And whether or not you want to argue that there's momentum with medical marijuana or not, the point is overall, medical marijuana and recreational are hand in hand, and we can't lose.
But Tim, you know what the sad thing is?
We sat in Fort Collins. We lost Fort Collins.
Most of the attorneys listening on this NORML network right now agree with that statement, though. We're in the minority. Remember, there's like 38 different states out there that don't have what we have, that are looking at us like a bunch of big babies, like they're a bunch of profiteers. The bunch of the attorneys that we've talked to agree 100% with the statements that Allen St Pierre has made.
But they're not. This is my thing. Is I feel like everyone that I know in the medical community here is so gung ho for the recreational legalization. So that's what doesn't add up to me.
Doesn't
exactly.
It's like, has he been to Colorado? And that's
just maybe last April when they threw a big convention.
When actually, we were the co-recipients of the NORML Award for journalism for our coverage for Westward, WARD, for our coverage of the medical marijuana industry. And so, I don't want to get too much into it, but it's like,
I'm pretty
my
damn
grandmother
sure I was
always said you
activist of
catch
the
more
year.
flies with honey than vinegar, or whatever that saying may be. And so, like, why do you gotta shit on us? We're all helping for
Why you
legalization.
gotta shit on us?
And that's the way I think that people have started to feel. And I am monitoring right now. We are live on the NORML Network, live.normal.org. I am monitoring the chat room. I know Ganja John's there talking. I know.
Hello, Ganja John.
You know, some of our biggest supporters throughout.
Scott.
Since we've gone live since the beginning of the year, you know, Yellow on a Cake, Darla, you know, and some of those people, you know, they discussed it in certain ways and tried to, you know, discuss it in there. We've seen things from the inside, though, and I think that there's, I don't know, man.
Well, just look what happened Wednesday. We introduced, or Mason and his group introduced the 2012 initiative and the signatures that Scott here helped collect.
Shit tons of them.
But Scott, who was standing there? It was the medical marijuana industry that was standing there in support of this thing. And if there were 20 people there, 15 to 17 of them were directly connected with the industry. 90% of the people who spoke in support of it that day were with the indry. And now we're having to work damn hard to
Most
make
of the
sure the
signatures
industry
got collected
keeps
from
supporting
the
this.
industry, from the centers in the industry. Most of the signatures were collected were from the centers. So,
yeah, but I guess Box Canyon and stuff. God.
Yeah. Let me go ahead and read this article from Celeb Stoner. Defending the medical cannabis industry is so yesterday. By the way, this is written by Allen St Pierre. Defending the medical cannabis industry is so yesterday. Why not acknowledge the political and legal farce and its focus on the real problem at hand, ending cannabis prohibition? The law and court precedents are fairly clear here. Self-preservation, yes. Large-scale cultivation and sales, no. It's just this simple. The numerous actions by the feds and state governments over the last few months make this abundantly clear. The ATF memo, the feds crackdown on banks, feds sending forfeiture notices to CBC landlords, feds sending warnings to local CBCs that they must move or shut down because they're within 1,000 feet, which in January here we might get inundated with. The IRS 280E decision against Harborside, feds sending shutdown notices to 25% of the businesses in San Diego. And he goes on to say, and what more reassertion of primacy will we get from the feds today? If this were in the 1920s, advocacy of today's medical cannabis industry would sound like a lawyer back then fronting for the legal sellers of prescription alcohol during Prohibition. The MedPod industry, of course, opposes actual legalization, such as last year's Prop 19, which was also opposed by the profiteering communities in the state's northern grow counties. He's talking about California, Mendocino,
Emerald Triangle,
and them, which voted down Prop 19. Which
let me jump in a second, Tim, and
please
say
go
that
ahead,
I
Steve.
strongly object to that statement. He's giving a blanket statement that the medical cannabis industry opposes actual legalization.
Wrong.
That's BS. The medical cannabis industry, a lot of them are among the largest contributors and hardest workers for general legalization, because a lot of them are smart enough to know that patients and providers will never be safe in their homes and in their places of business until cannabis is legal for all adults. Until that time, they're going to have targets on them, and they're going to catch it both from law enforcement and from outlaws and rip-offs and thieves. It's just an inaccurate statement to blanketly say the medical cannabis industry opposes legalization. That has no business being in there because it's not true.
And he goes on to say, prescriptive alcohol was a sham then, and the medical cannabis industry, not medical cannabis itself, is largely a sham now. Is this news? ? NORML and lawyers like Bill Panzer have been warning ganjapreneurs and their legal counsel at our seminars and conferences about this political and legal box canyon since at least 2002.
Box canyon?
Cannabis
sounds like a Colorado term they stole, damn it.
Box canyon, dang old box canyon.
And they have been tossing that around for years. I mean, I've been going to conferences for 20 years now, and that has been a term that we've tossed around. But I mean, it's something to be discussed, not just thrown out there.
Like, what do they mean? That, like, medical marijuana is going to get inside of that box canyon and then get shut down?
It leads us to the end of a box canyon, and where then the patients and those who are getting it will be satisfied with what they're getting and will no longer support legalization, so you won't push legalization over the hump, so to speak.
Well, we proved that theory wrong We were just talking about that.
Well, that's why in very few of these articles that mention it actually mention Colorado. And you'll see repeatedly California, Washington, Oregon, California, Washington, Oregon, California, and like this one, no mention of Colorado.
Yeah. Let me finish this. Where did it go? Finish this out. Cannabis consumers who NORML represents. Oh, wait. NORML lawyers, big Panzer having warning entrepreneurs. Cannabis consumers who NORML represents want good, affordable cannabis products without having to go through the insult and expense of qualifying as medical patients by paying physicians and or the state for some kind of get-out-of-jail-free card. How intellectually honest is all of this?
It's an insult?
Insult, exactly.
Hold on. NORML prefers to take a more transparent approach, advocating that cannabis should be legal for adults, consumers, including healthy ones. Now, I admit that there's some good points in here. There is some good points in here, but the problem is, what good is this doing?
Exactly. You can support legalization without skewering medicinal.
I don't get what this good is doing. And honestly, like, this thing that sucks and looking to the NORML chat room with this is this. Us talking about this now, this even conversation, us breaking this news weeks ago.
Months ago, dude.
Months ago. We've talked about it for so long here on the show, and we've just tiptoed around it because, we appreciate the work that, at least I appreciate where my foundation have come. I am as loyal as a mofo as you will meet, all right? And NORML is one of the first organizations that, I noticed, Safer got me involved into all this, and we tiptoed around it. But, it's not like it is brand spanking new news, but it's just the problem of, how
Russ
much...
is saying it distracts.
The problem is, though, it's going to become a bigger issue, and NORML's not going to stop as 2012 comes in. This is obviously their issue to push into. This is obviously what they want to push into 2012.
How's Texas
I do not
NORML?
like that. I do not agree throwing legal.
How's Texas NORML going to run medical marijuana, right, without some senator or legislator saying, well, hell, the head of NORML doesn't even believe in medical marijuana. Why should we be listening to you?
Yep.
Exactly. That's the point. And the fact that NORML has gone public with this dirty laundry, you might say, from within the community, means that legalization opponents and people who don't know much about pot, and especially the straight press, are going to see this and say, well, look, guys, come off it. NORML itself has admitted that medical marijuana is a sham. Why are you still sitting there telling me about medical marijuana? Even NORML says that it's not true. That is a tragedy. That is a big blow against this movement, and it's very irresponsible on NORML's part to have given this kind of
attention to our. Yes, I agree, man. It's frustrating. And like I said, we don't need to just keep beating it and going on with it. And we've talked about it before, and it's going to become a topic, I think, that comes up again and again as legalization 2012 starts to become more of an issue. Legislative sessions are going to be talking about medical marijuana, and I just think it's important. And I would really ask, Allen and Keith and everybody at NORML, I would just really ask you guys just to,
step down.
Step
down, Alan.
They're on the board now, though, comparing us to California.
I'm sorry.
So as far as they're concerned, we're no different than California in terms of what we've been doing here in Colorado.
Keith, you can't. You're
right
a founder,
now, that's
Alan
what's
can
on
step
the
down.
chat room. So
yeah.
Well, that's Alan's in and chatting with us, but
Russ is.
We're talking with Russ, and anyway, that's Scott Green that's mentioning that. By the way, I'm not saying anybody needs to step down or anybody, but Scott can have his own opinion. Perfectly.
You agree. We need some leadership change. We need fresh, young face that actually cares about medical marijuana in the states that have it and the states that don't have it and the states that are trying to get it, that look to us for advice and for guidance.
You're looking for something that NORML is not necessarily wanting to go towards a direction anymore. So you need to find maybe a different organization that maybe is headed in that direction. And I'm not trying to be mean against NORML or anything.
Exactly.
It's their choice as an organization to change their direction and what they feel is the best they want to do. I just don't, like I said, going back, I don't agree of how it feels like, and Russ and everybody else and can say maybe this is getting overblown or whatever. The problem is, like, patients are the ones overblowing this. You know, it's the people that. It's not us that are making this a big deal. When I woke up this morning, the amount of coverage for this, the amount of like, are you going to talk about this on the show, was like almost more than anything I have ever got. Ever. And I'm like, just like with you, Warren, I'm like, we talked about this a couple weeks, like... We just need to get better in making sure we're getting the business things better, lining up things better. We just need to make sure we get our names in front of everything. And I'm not saying anything bad about Celeb Stoner. I just know that we're good and we cover news and we're responsible.
Celeb Stoner, though, deserves credit because, frankly, most of the major medical marijuana
they had the balls
news
to come
publications knew about this in October. I mean, all the big magazines have known about this since October. And Steve put it out last night, and that's the irony too. I mean, half the comments on the Celeb Stoner site and other sites are acting like Steve wrote a hatchet job without realizing that Allen wrote this himself.
Yeah, I mean, how is John? John, how are you saying it's only for people from Colorado that are overblowing this when this has become a national issue now? And like everybody in the entire country and on Facebook and everywhere else is talking about this. And I'm telling you right now, this is the direction of NORML. So it's not the last we're going to hear of it. I mean, period.
Well, because they came here last April, they took all our money, and then they left, and now they insult us. But because it wasn't the patients, unfortunately, that were giving any. I mean, it was the dispensaries that were sitting there sponsoring the event. But that was before they became profiteers, I guess.
Yeah. No, how do you think they got that money? It's
frustrating, man. I woke up this morning thinking of how of a frustrating situation this is because I am a little upset. I am, but I appreciate. It's tough. I mean, you Warren, I'm sure have gone through your own personal anguish over this for 20 years, man, and how situations happen, I don't know, and I think this is sort of an overblown type situation. I think this is a talk that we can have inside closed doors. It's just like Sons of Anarchy, all right? We walk inside the room, close the doors, sit down at the table, have it at, and that's where it stays, man. It doesn't leave the community. But unfortunately, we're so spotlighted, and everything that happens or says or gets released is going to hit mainstream, especially with MSNBC and freaking National Geographic following every damn person I know around.
Not me.
And, unfortunately, in this day and age, the going is a little tough, and both ends of our support are fraying. I mean, we have Harborside on one side saying they don't support recreational, and now we have NORML on the other saying that medicinal's a scam.
Syntax and everybody.
Totally, but I don't want to let them off either. Because, I mean, I got letters and emails from people saying, man, it cuts both ways.
Here's the thing. Here's a comment made. Tim, if you were smart, you would vent off air and control the idiots in the room with you later on. We haven't even said anything that's been over the top, and everything's been perfectly, I think, perfectly fine with opinion. Nobody's blowing over top.
Blowing, exactly.
I just want you guys
if I was Warren, I would be pissed. Warren and his family have donated like their life to NORML, and then this was a conversation basically like from Warren and his family to them, and it got personal with them.
And it could get personal, and it has, and I don't want to bring that side into it. I don't want people sitting in the NORML chat room to sit here and think that I'm trying to sit here and bash
I backed
NORML,
away from NORML today because they bashed my friends. I mean, they took it to a whole nother level that... I mean, it got really personal with them. It got personal like Facebook. Keith was even like talking shit to Georgia on Facebook. Like, how immature is that?
It's just so go there. We don't need to go there. It doesn't need to go there.
I apologize.
The problem is, and what they're asking,
we went there.
And
they went there.
Where they're asking where it's coming from is why we're talking about this. It has become a news issue. That's why we're talking about it. Period. End of story. I'm not trying to gossip. I'm not trying to do anything. I'm just trying to say that this is an issue coming up that we are going to have to deal with inside and outside. And if we're going to legalize
how do you move
cannabis,
forward, though? How do you move forward
have
from
to
it?
unite.
And, well, with Scott resigning today, I mean, there are no more NORML chapters in Colorado.
So that
was it. Gone. That was the last one.
Thank God.
That's the first. We
have people that might want to take it up, but I mean, we'll start one like the Cannabis Liberation Party or something.
But anyway,
let's move on because there is other stories that we have to go. I didn't mean to take up the whole hour that we had with NORML sitting here, and I don't think we bashed NORML.
Okay.
Period. End of story.
CDPHE. Well, do you want to give like a background on what is going on, or how do you want to do
I'll
this?
give a quick background on it for people who don't know. So, here in Colorado, you have to register with the Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment for your medical marijuana card. Well, the CDPHE decided September, October-ish, in the fall, sometime in the fall, kind of generalize and say, sometime in the fall, they decided that no longer were they going to accept patient referrals from patients who saw physician assistants, and that they were holding up about 4,200 applications because of that, in some degree or another.
Now, that was in part related to the passage of Senate Bill 109 and the laws going into effect last July, which clarified the fact that the patient needed to see the physician directly.
Directly, and have the words are like have a
bona fide patient-physician
relationship. Well, the CDPHE has now ruled that seeing a physician assistant is not a bona fide physician-patient relationship, even though these people can prescribe OxyContin and all sorts of other crazy things. So they held up about 4,200 applications and are now denying them and saying that they have to wait 6 months before.
Well, and not all of them.
Not all.
They've drawn this distinction allegedly, and you're hearing me say allegedly.
Yes.
Allegedly, they investigated any application that they had questions about to try to determine whether or not the patient had actually seen a physician throughout the process. So they're saying if they determined you did see a physician, you were accepted. If they determined you absolutely didn't see a physician, you were denied. But if they couldn't tell, you were rejected. And if you were rejected, you could immediately reapply without paying a new fee. If you were denied, you can't reapply for 6 months. So now everybody's confused.
I'm very much more succinct in writing.
Dude, I am so confused with it. It's so jacked up.
But see, here's the crazy part and I'm going to get 18 emails from Robert Chase within the next 10 minutes. The part that's weird is if you go back to Amendment 20, it actually talks about the patient and a physician, and a patient and physician. There's actually no mention of any other way to make a recommendation. And so it was weird that CDPHE was accepting a PA through the course of the years, and it's just because that's the practice in the medical field,
medical community,
and they were treating a prescription like a recommendation. Now, of course, it's a slippery slope because we don't want them to treat it the same in regards of if they do, then they could say, well, a physician recommended weed, so we consider that the same as a prescription, so now we're going to go kick his ass.
Exactly.
So we need to keep that separation, but at the same time, it is weird.
But and this is the big problem, and you're right, Warren, that is, if you read it that way, it is pretty clear. But the issue now is that patients are going into these doctors' offices, like we said, and it's normal care. I've been in emergency rooms 6 times a year for the last 10 years, and I see more physician assistants than I see doctors. So it's perfectly normal for a patient to walk in and see these physician assistants and think nothing of it. And now they're being punished and being told that because you saw them instead of the doctor, you contributed to your fraudulent application and are denied for 6 months.
You turned in something you notarized, and it says that you saw a doctor and you didn't.
Exactly.
That's what CDPHE is saying.
That's the big problem. And
that's the fraud part that CDPHE is claiming.
And it's hard to buy it when these people, everyone that I've talked to really felt like they were doing right. I'm talking to people that are in pain and are scared to go to the black market, like I was talking about earlier, and it's really hard to when you hear it from the community on one side, and then the CDPHE is saying, well, no, this is our decision.
Well, and the confusion between the doctors and CDPHE are ending up punishing the patients and really no one else.
Exactly.
And that's the part that absolutely just sucks.
Exactly.
And so if you're a patient out there and you have been denied, not rejected, because if you've been rejected, you can immediately reapply. But if you've been denied, you need to file an appeal immediately. There's going to be hearings at CDPHE the end of January, beginning of February to deal with these, and we'll try to wade through them and get some people licensed up. We're just going to see. I mean, it's a whole new world, and it's going to be interesting if there's more than 1,000 hearings down there.
So if these people did see a physician's assistant, are they going to have to go see a regular MD?
Well, there'll be a two-step thing. They'll still be battling CDPHE with whatever argument. Like for me, if I was the attorney dealing with it, and the patient had turned something in that was only signed by a PA, the case would be a lot different if the patient had no idea that was a PA versus if the patient knew it was a PA. Because I think if the patient knew it was a PA, they're still going to have problems with CDPHE because they're just going to do the judge thing and say, sorry, we're sticking to the letter of the law. And starting in July, it was quite clear the letter of the law was that you needed to see a doctor. And mistake of law is no defense, son. And so it is what it is. Now, if it's I'm a patient, I went into the doctor's office, I paid my whatever bucks, I went into a room, this person came in, said, how are you? I'm Mary, nice to meet you, went through my records, handed me something that was signed, great, you know. Where's the patient fraud there? They don't know.
Exactly. Right, exactly.
And if we're going to focus on the fraud, it's the fraud. The weird part is I'm seeing... Apparently, some doctor's offices were having both the PA and a doctor sign off on these things. And in those situations I'm seeing, it looks like the doctor really did see the patient, and yet it still looks like CDPHE is denying it because two people signed the form.
I think I've seen that
weird
before,
shit.
though, haven't we? Where there's two signatures, even of two doctors.
Yeah,
I think
and
I've heard
they're
they've
rejecting it
rejected
because it's like, that's wrong. There's only one blank. And you'd think, wait, two people are recommending. There's
Right.
one.
And in the actual medical field, like with a regular doctor-patient relationship, if you do see a PA and you're prescribed like narcotics or anything, the doctor needs to sign off if the PA prescribed that.
Yeah.
So, the doctor has to review those things.
All right, give me a second here. Big thanks to the people from NORML Network. I do thank them, even though that everything that has happened. I definitely have been trying to be as professional about this as possible, but also give my true opinion. I've never been known to sugarcoat things, but I also know that NORML has attempted to help us out a lot. I really like working with Russ and trying to work on the network, so I appreciate that. Saying that, big thanks to live.normal.org for broadcasting us for the hour. And yeah,
it was heartbreaking. It was sad. It was.
I think Ganja John is quite pissed at you.
I'm sorry. I was quite.
You may
pissed
have to. You may
at
have to
Allen.
have a conversation with Ganja John.
I feel bad. It's heartbreaking.
Make sure you check us out live Monday through Friday, JohnDoeRadio.com/live, and also that live.normal.org. Nobody does statistics really better than Russ, honestly, when it comes down to it. I mean, I in my opinion, as far as getting it out there and broadcasting it, I wish I had someone like Russ that was a statistical maniac like he is and could do PowerPoint crazy stuff like he does. So, all right, and with that, continuing back with the CDPHE thing, what's frustrating as a patient is that we have to sit and not only deal with these pains and these frustrations or whatever, but I sort of maybe missed a little bit of what you guys were talking about here, and I know, Will, you probably got to go here pretty soon, but the advocacy, it's just felt like it's been lacking. It's like, who's gonna come to the help and be the savior of these patients? And then yesterday,
it's going to get uglier.
Oh, it's going to get crazy ugly.
If you think the doctors and the patients are going to end up on the same side in these hearings.
Oh, for real. The doctors are going to try and save their ass when it's like, at the time, it's like the doctor didn't necessarily think about these things. And then all of a sudden, it comes down to it and they're like, you know what I'm saying? That's ridiculous. A patient shouldn't have to be put in that position. And even if they should, there should be advocates out there to help these people deal with the stresses, to deal with the pains that are going to happen. I tried talking with some friends about it yesterday. Isn't it in the state, don't you have mental health professionals that are advocates that are assigned to go out and make sure that the program is being operated properly and being done?
No, not in that.
It's not. But not.
This isn't a prescription; it's a recommendation.
Yeah. But there should be, though.
Yeah, but that would cost more money, and then who's going to pay for it? The patient.
Because you end up with a situation like this, where you have had 4,000 plus people with the renewal that have cancer, AIDS. Mm-hmm. The story I tell of a good friend being up in Northwest Colorado, of being outside just having cancer and puking outside of the dispensary, and she telling him, look, I can't accept your paperwork. Like, that just, it's heart-wrenching. It makes me just want to scream. It makes me want to cry. It kills me that person needs an advocate to turn to through the CDPHE, through the DOR. It's become people like Warren Edson, Edson Mayton and Matz, people like Brian Vicente and his crew, and
Hoban and Fiola. Because
but
it's
needs
actually
to be
the Cannabis Business Alliance that
the
kind of
state is
pulled us
not
together.
giving us answers, though. They give dates, the date passes, and then there's no answer.
What do you mean
after that.
answers? No, help me. What do you mean answers?
Well, the 15, like the of when the next date, they've given dates, and I think the 15th of this month, which is of last month,
December. Yeah.
It was a date when they said they were going to have the situation pretty much figured out, and it's all they did was give an answer. They gave of where people, certain people would have cards, and that didn't happen.
No, and they're starting. I mean, it looks like this week everybody started to get there one way or the other.
But there's still no
now
answer
that the
for that.
investigation's done. Answer in terms of why, or what answer are you looking for?
Why is they still don't have their cards? Why you've still screwed up your date and not met your deadline?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they aren't going to answer that, but clearly the rejection, denial, or acceptances are coming out now.
Yeah.
Should they have to though?
You think?
Do you think
but
they would?
Here's the thing.
It's the government, though, man. I mean,
yeah.
And here's the thing, and where I want to get involved in more in this, and I've seen is, with Edson Mayton and Matz and all the great people that have, if you do have an issue with your card and you do maybe have a question about it, I would encourage you.
Well, and actually go through CBA right now, though, because they are trying to coordinate it because we're going to try to group the days together so we can send a law firm in and handle everybody for the day so we don't have multiple people there at once doing the same thing, kind of like we did for Occupy Denver and other similar situations, like when there was the issues over the Democratic National Convention. We're going to try to mimic that and pull that off.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's Cannabis Business Alliance. It's 303-736-9442. Again, 303-736-9442. Thank you very much, Gregory Ego, for bringing that in.
Awesome. And I just think that I would like to. What we need to do as a business is become, and what we're doing is more and more is, we've worked with the advertisers and trying to make sure that we do have the business structure, the monetary funds to be there. But also at the same time, the more people that we get in, I would like to have interns in here to be able to sit down and talk to. Like when I sat down and started my day as a news reporter, either for, working for the small station and then also working for the small station and trying to look for Associated Press information, was sit down and call these, check press releases first of all, and then sit down and call these people, like the Department of Revenue, see like, hey, is there anything?
Good luck with that.
No, I know, but
ask Will how that goes.
They have a publicity,
CDPHE.
but they have a publicity. Well, maybe not the CDPHE, but the Department of Revenue has a medical marijuana enforcement division publicity person.
Well, and Julie actually return your calls.
And if we sat down and said, hey, look, this is who we are. We're getting bigger. We have a voice. We're going to be responsible with you. We've proven to be responsible. If we call you up and we ask you, hey, every morning or every other day to say, hey, is there any news that we need to get across? That's the type of relationship that I would like to build with the industry around us. You know what I'm saying? And not just here, but like we're going to need people to call these 15 other states that are going to end up
and
ready.
we're just getting going, man. I mean, the session starts next week, so we haven't even figured out last year's rules, and now we're going to start new rules.
If you're out there listening and you go to a broadcasting school here in Denver, maybe to the Ohio Center for Broadcasting, I'm pretty sure there's some way that we could work out to get valid internship time through this. This is a legitimate business, legitimate broadcast that we're doing. I mean, 100%. It's no different than anybody else's, that Adam Carolla is doing, whatever. We need some interns for the legislative sessions coming up to cover the whole country.
You definitely do, and to give your listeners some more information, next Wednesday, right here at the address 3888 East Mexico here in Denver, Matt Cook is going to come speak at an Act for Colorado meeting in the big room.
Cool.
And that, I think, is actually even the first day of the legislative session. So I think that's part of the focus of the speech is what happened last year, how to stay compliant, and what he looks at seeing in the next year.
Matt Cook going to be back.
Yeah, and we moved it into the big room from the little room because we figure we might get some turnout with Cook in the building.
I got to be here, man.
And that's a 7 o'clock.
Got food,
7 p.m.
I will be there.
We'll have food.
Well, by the way, Steve, you still on the phone with us?
No, he hung up a long time ago.
No, Steve Elliott, well, it still shows him as being on the phone with us, but didn't know.
There he is.
Hey. Sorry, man. It's been, dude. It was one of those just days, man, of just like getting into it and yeah, he was ripping the bong. So yeah. Thank you, Steve. Was there anything else that you wanted to talk about today?
The only thing that I was going to mention is that the Supreme Court did agree to hear that drug dog case where the drug dog standing outside the front doors indicated marijuana was in the house. They searched and found 160-something plants. They've agreed on the 16th to review that case, and what we may get out of that is whether or not it's constitutional to use a drug dog as the basis for a search warrant to come into your house.
Yeah, meaning do you need a warrant to use the dog?
Nice.
Yeah. Well, maybe not. Our Supreme Court isn't exactly leaning our direction recently.
Well, the whole system hasn't been leaning our way. If SOPA...
The one hope is that some of the far-right Republicans latch on to that kind of privacy thing that they occasionally do, because we did see them come down on our side with the forward-looking infrared radar.
Can you help us with SOPA if that happens to harm?
Hell no, I'm going to pretend I have no idea who you are and run like hell.
Run far into the hills.
What was the Scott Green quote to the cops? Oh, you'd run too if you saw any cops coming.
Yeah, literally, and it was his quote. The quote from the cop was like, cops asked him was like, Scott, why did you run? Well, if you saw that many cops running at you, would you run too?
Sorry, Tim, if the black buses pull up.
We're slipping out the back door.
I'm gonna run.
Then we're calling Marge Russell.
Dude, we have a serious plan of like it's a serious.
If you only had interns.
Non-serious plan of like if we do see cops like turn the corner, the door gets locked.
That lock, the wall moves. So as you know, the lock on the door, you just go, and the door opens right up.
They don't know that.
Well, they do now.
Everybody knows it.
There's
That's
a way.
how we keep getting into your studio.
It will lock though. It can lock though. I can lock it.
I want to see it.
Go over there. Watch. Okay. Push the lock button. Click it. Click the lock.
Lock it.
Now lift. No wait. No. Push it in. It's locked, right?
Yeah.
Now lift. No.
He gets it unlocked.
Close it and lift it. Close it and lift it. Bam! I locked him out.
He locked him out. He locked him out of the studio.
All right, but still. All right, so we need to add a few more locks and then reinforce the lock
Steel.
there.
I just have to say it's a glass door, dude.
Yeah, we'd all be in here like, we're not in here.
I was in here 30 seconds ago.
I say this all jokingly, but honestly, to goodness, I am a little bit worried about the SOAP Act and the act of censorship on the internet, because I really do feel that it could come after people. They've already called drug trade terrorism. Mm-hmm. They could consider what I do in a way, and I even scared of even like insinuating or whatever, but there's a plan. We're gonna rent a pirate. We're gonna buy a pirate ship.
Internet's forever, dude. You're toast.
You're toast.
Damn it.
Oh,
I know. I'm so
the
screwed.
The number one dude I trust in the like almost world is telling me I'm toast.
That's
just fantastic. Thank you, Warren. Have a fantastic day. Warren Edson from Edson, Maton, and Matts, and we barely get to see Lauren. I wish we would get to see Lauren more, but it's all right. She's up in Aspen. I always used to say she's from Breckenridge.
I need to go hang out there then.
Dude, that's what I'm saying.
He's got a place to stay and ski and talk about marijuana law.
And I found out a friend, too. A friend for X Games, maybe.
Ooh.
Might have a condo.
I haven't been to X Games in a few years, man.
I would like to really go.
It's a lot of fun.
I would really like to go. Dred's listening. He's probably going to punch me in the face when he hears this. Hey, I didn't say who it was. He just gave me information last night that I swear if you don't take me, I may have to.
It's a fun time.
Dred may come back to. Never mind. Anyway, it's a good time. What else do we have to cover today? I don't think too much. It is a Friday, man. Amazing Friday show. Wow. Crazy amazing Friday show. All because... And you know what's also amazing? That I have not smacked the 5-year
anniversary
JDR
cake.
anniversary
surprised
cake.
at that one.
Big thanks to Stars and Bars for bringing this down. I'd like to show you guys. We should have got this when the NORML Network was
Weren't
on
we going to
too.
tell everyone how we beat him at racquetball this morning?
Oh yeah, we kicked his ass at racquetball. Just whomped him. It wasn't even any. Like I didn't even need to change clothes, break sweat, nothing. No, we didn't.
Okay.
We didn't make it to racquetball. So anyway,
we got ready for racquetball.
Yeah,
that's progress.
Steve, would you like a piece of this cake?
It looks good.
It's been a crazy, crazy Friday, dude. It's been a crazy Friday. Steve, we appreciate everything that you do. I still every day intend to have some sort of news coming up here with a 2-hour news thing. So maybe there's some sort of deal that we could work together. And as we're getting payments and trades and stuff, I know your time is not free. So I still enjoy your news and your input. And if anybody would like to check it out, make sure they go to tokeofthetown.com and also seattleweekly.com is where you do some edible and dispensary reviews too. So not
those are the places.
Will is not the only one here. So
no.
We wish we could have you in studio sometime, man. And maybe you could make a trip down here to Colorado.
I'd love that a lot. If I do, you can be sure that JDR is going to be one of my first stops.
And if I come up there, which is looking more and more like a possibility of some tour action, we're gonna have a mobile studio and stuff. We will have you with us every way that we can. So it's good times.
That would
buddy.
be great.
All right, Steve Elliott from tokeofthetown.com and seattleweekly.com. Thank you very much, buddy. I appreciate all your hard work.
Y'all have a good weekend.
You too,
have a
man.
good weekend, buddy. See ya.
Bye.
Real quick, I wanted to say
what up?
We got our South by Southwest panel.
Oh yeah,
We are going.
you told me about that. Like, I read that online.
Yeah, we there was a little doubt as to whether or not we were going to be able to go, but it looks like we are going now. So I will be making my first public appearance in Austin, Texas, for South by Southwest.
South by Southwest.
I'm gonna have to make sure there's some good damn weed waiting for me down there.
We got friends in Austin, dude.
Yeah. No, I've got some good connections down there.
We
so.
got friends in Austin that I have chemist friends in Austin too.
Oh yeah? Get a little loopy?
I'm just saying. I'm not saying nothing. I'm just saying.
Yeah?
Yeah.
A little mind exploration?
Just saying. I got it's nothing like that even. I'm just saying it can't do. Actually, I haven't talked to dude in a minute.
I was actually down in the Lone Star State recently and was surprised at the amount of hash oil I saw. Yeah, it was a little
That's
banjo.
they got to turn down. They got to turn swag into that shit.
I tell you what, though, I was smoking on some pretty decent oil off of a really nice oil rig.
Yeah,
and I could not hide my excitement the whole time. I was like, I can't believe you guys are into this, and it was almost a condescending attitude. So if any of them are listening, I'm sorry.
Have you seen my awesome brand new rig? My Joel
Yeah.
Halen.
You got a Joel Halen?
You haven't seen the pictures online?
No. What? How did?
Oh, it's gorgeous.
How did you do that? What happened? How much did you pay?
Sponsorship.
Fuck.
It's a $1,200 to $1,500 piece.
That's awesome. I'm going to be featuring some of his work actually coming up in a Cannabis Excellence.
No
thing I'm putting
way!
together.
Seriously? Hold on. Then we've got to that same time. Then we're gonna have to have him in because we're trying to have him in big time. Here, peek over the top here.
No.
Look, I'm gonna show you.
I don't want you to show me.
Oh, fine then. You don't get to look.
Jenny's gonna pull it up for me. Oh shit! Is that what you're getting?
No, that's what I have.
That's why? What?
JDR.
Oh damn! That is so cool. I just blew out your mic. That's so cool.
That's cool. It's all right.
Holy crap!
You know, for these Shure SM7Bs that are never supposed to do that, they do that.
They do. Wow. That's beautiful, man.
It's a it's a double.
It's amazing.
It's a double circle game. JDR sandblasted, triple gridded, bottom perk, double gridded top perk.
Oh, man, you just made me jealous. I'm gonna go glass shopping today.
I know that you're a.
I'm trying. I love glass.
Mad Hatter Smoke Shop.
Mad Hatter Smoke Shop. I know that you're good friends with the other guys.
I'm friends with everyone, man. I don't pick and play favorites. You know
Why
that.
can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? See, I got everybody involved in it on the sing along.
It's Friday. That reminds me of Dazed and Confused, which also reminds me of Fridays for some reason.
We were listening to some shiz last night. It was the night before, wasn't it?
It was the night before. We were listening to the #1 Billboard hit from the day we were born.
And then it got into some just rocking, and I was like, I had Dazed and Confused. And I was like, I can't, dude. Oh God, I was.
We had some Tom Petty
going.
Tom Petty's coming to town.
Is he still dude? I thought he was done.
I saw him a few years ago at Mile High, and it was one of the better sets I'd seen that year. I mean, you know, you forget how many Tom Petty songs you know.
One Last Dance, man.
Yeah, that one. Everyone's all sparking up,
Tom
all the
Petty.
old dudes lighting up their doobies.
I love.
Hey
Tom
man,
Petty.
you want to hit my doobie?
I love Tom Petty.
That's how old dudes talk.
And do you know you
Always.
Hey, and on
Hey, man.
Going back to this Joel Halen piece from our good friends at Mad Hatter Smoke Shop. Do you know the circle game, like below the belt circle game?
Yeah, I know the circle game.
Did you see it's circle gamed.
I got
They got it
texted
on
that.
both sides.
At the very bottom, it's.
A good friend of mine still texts me that.
Yeah, I'm good. At the very bottom, it's circle
Fine, then I'll
gamed.
smoke my own.
So every time I hit this thing or fill it, I get circle gamed. I think it counts only once because it's
Just poke
You
it
guys
every
know-
time you pick it up.
Yeah,
Grab
every
it
time I
with
pick it
your
up, poke it.
finger with your finger on each
But
side.
what am I
Just-
gonna do? Smack the Halen? That wouldn't
That's
be
pretty
good.
awesome.
Yeah.
I'm jealous, man.
Just spank it a little on the bottom.
Believe me,
I don't
there's-
know.
You guys know the game Punch Buggy?
D Money is.
I'm gonna change this up a little bit. You know, you see a Volkswagen, you punch someone.
Oh, yeah.
Punch Buggy. Punch Buggy.
Yeah.
You know?
Slug bug.
Slug bug. Punch Buggy. Well, there's a new version that is making waves across the ski world right now. Have you seen it? You know what GoPro cameras are?
Oh yeah.
Well, you see tourists wearing those all the time.
You go
On their
punch-
helmets? No,
smack
well,
them.
that's what I want it to evolve in. I'm waiting until I'm ballsy enough to go punch a tourist. But now it's just fun to punch your friends. And you say,
Punch a
Just
tourist.
punch your friends and they go down with the GoPro
Slug
and they're
GoPro.
like, oh.
Yeah, dude, I got my friend in the gut the other day, and
Damn.
it is on.
You go. Damn, that sucks. You go snowboarding all the time. I don't have enough
do.
money to go snowboarding.
I don't either, but I do it.
I know, but I don't have enough money to even. I don't have enough money to even just go do it. You know, like it's at that point. Damn it! I miss being a kid.
We
and
need
not
to get you
having-
into backcountry riding. Then you don't have to pay for shit.
Yeah, that's spooky though.
Yeah.
I lived in Steamboat and Craig for like 6 years and did news stories on people just
Dying in avalanches.
like we talked about it. Yeah, what day was I talking about it? Like I was watching a friend all of a sudden and like just head first into a snow well underneath a pine tree.
Yeah.
Went head first into that and you're like,
Quick save friend.
all of a sudden like for a millisecond you're like,
There was that guy off of Berthoud Pass.
it blows
a few
you
weeks
away
ago.
when you see it. Like when you see it happen, it's really one of the
I've
weirdest.
been caught in a little slide before. It's not fun.
I've
Tim,
been
you
stuck-
have somebody on the chat telling you that they'll take you snowboarding,
Take me
and they've
snowboarding.
got plenty of extra gear for you.
All right, let's do it.
Boom.
Let's do it.
Loveland Pass or
with
bust.
William Breeze.
Sweet. I'll meet
Dude, I
you
lived in
guys on
Steamboat
that
for
path.
5 years, and I did really. I've done announcing in racing, like auto racing, stock car racing, both dirt track and regular.
Hey, Jimmy Johnson comes
That
down
is
that corner.
fun. That is fun, dude. It is fun, and I get excited. You know me, and I
Yeah.
can get all dang old excited.
I do
with
that
it.
in my head too.
But dude, I've also done
Breeze goes through the
ski
trees.
racing, like like downhill
Oh, yeah,
racing,
yeah.
like type of announcing stuff too. And I did that up in Steamboat for a couple years. But guess how I got down the mountain?
On your butt.
Exactly. How lame and stupid is that? All right, and dude, working at the radio station I worked up there, KRAI, AM FM, and 55 Country, dude. They gave us. It was the radio station there.
They had the little gold pass and all
like,
that
dude,
shit.
it was like you open a drawer in the office in the other room, and there's lift tickets.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
This is how much of an idiot Tim Martin was.
You could have found another career as a snowboarder.
I'm trying to get my shiz together, ladies and gentlemen. I am. I really am. All right. None of this homebody. None of this woohoo. Like, now we just the fuse has been lit, and I swear to God, once this thing explodes, everybody's not going to want to be near. You're just going to, or anybody near is just going to be incinerated, and you're going to want to be inside the, I don't know what I'm talking about. There's going to be this nice little shell of awesomeness that we all sit inside, and then everywhere out of us is be like.
Speaking of shell of awesomeness, I really did want to talk about the weather.
Go ahead.
We have been in a shell of awesomeness weather lately.
Yeah, but I feel it just trying to shiz on us.
Well, and I'll say this: if the ski season is going to suck, then at least it's nice here on the Front Range. and I can smoke weed outdoors because I love smoking weed outdoors.
You like smoking weed outdoors?
I like the magnifying glass, man. At my house, that's what I like to rock.
Derek, back a couple years ago when we first started talking about weed on the John Doe Radio Show, 5 years ago, 4 years ago, he mentioned the solar glass technique, and it didn't really hit me.
I
still have not done it.
I love it.
Wait, I did actually one time. It was at 420.
It's great with hash because you can just put a chunk of hash like down on the bottom of your bowl and like aim a laser at it and make a bubble from the top. I love it. I mean,
We'll have to do it this weekend, Tim.
It's a lot of fun.
Because we have a magnifying glass at home.
What is the plan for this weekend, by the way? Oh, by the way, tonight is
The Lab.
Good Times at the Hood Lab. Make sure you check it out.
First Friday.
It's the first Friday down at Hood Lab, and I'm really looking forward to this.
I need to get out tonight. That sounds
If you guys
awesome.
can't tell, man, I've been in a little bit better of a mood today, and I'm trying to just stay on that positive and keep the positive, and I'm looking forward to tonight.
Yeah.
I need a
margarita.
I need a tattooed crazy girl.
I know this is a show about weed, but I really want a margarita. And Tim needs a crazy tattooed chick or something.
Yeah, exactly. To bring
I
on
bet
with me.
we could. I bet
get both
I
of
can
those at the
find
same
both
time.
of those at First Friday.
Margarita, crazy tattoo.
I may even make
guarantee
a picture of margaritas.
Maybe
bring
two?
it down to help you fund the tattoo.
Two of each. Two of each. Two of each. Well, are you coming down? You should come down.
If I can talk wifey into it, it may be fun.
Bring the wifey down too.
Yeah, we've been trapped.
Kim, are you coming tonight?
She doesn't know.
She does not know
Chris
yet.
and Carla from Leaf Alert are going to be down there tonight.
I want to go
Everybody.
check out the just down the street from the Hood Lab, the Icelandic ski party as well. I want to see what their new line of skis looks like.
Son of a bitch. You just reminded me too of El Noah. Damn it.
Food?
I wonder if El Noah would sponsor the John Doe Radio Show.
I thought that was a strain of weed for a second.
El Noah is this amazing Mexican restaurant down the street from Hood Lab.
Oh yeah.
Oh, El Taco de Mexico is way better.
I don't give.
No, have you guys been to Swift's down there?
Oh
Swift's
yeah,
down at the
Swiss.
Red
I like
Chili
Swiss
there
on
is
Broadway.
bomb. Oh,
I like
okay.
Swiss on Broadway.
You know what went
I've
to
never been to
Shiz?
Swiss on Santa Fe.
You know what went
Yeah.
to Shiz? Is Chubby's.
Chubby's is good.
They were.
But with the other
Now
El
they have
Chino,
like 50 million.
Chubby's chili cheese
Bubba Chino's
fries.
is his cousin.
Yeah, Bubba they just opened a new one up on Colfax, and I can't
Yeah.
read their neon sign. Did you guys go to M&D's barbecue ever? That place
Yeah,
just
that's
closed.
just closing down.
Yeah.
M&D's barbecue. What?
Yeah,
In
it
the
wasn't
hood.
like super outstanding barbecue, but it was great.
The
Soul
president went
food.
there.
The president went there.
M&D's barbecue.
It was pretty good. They're closed down after 30 years.
They had $1 million
$1
loan.
debt.
How that they're like, yo, city, Denver.
We've
Give
been
me $1
around.
million.
Give me $1 million.
And they're like, okay, here you go.
This is the deal. I understand tax breaks for stuff like that, but I didn't know we had small business plans that load $1 million.
I'm glad to see
Dude,
that it works. I
Casa
wish-
Bonita couldn't even get a damn business loan, so
That's
they
sad.
filed
We
for
need
bankruptcy.
we need to go occupy Casa
Even though they
Bonita
make
to
a lot
save
of money.
Casa
I've
Bonita's
never been
ass.
to Casa Bonita.
You're not
Are you
missing
serious?
much.
I'm totally
I mean, you're
serious.
missing the atmosphere.
Paul from
and the
Mad Hatter.
sopapillas.
Sopapillas, raise your red flag and
And
just
the
keep
flag.
getting the flag.
But
Actually,
don't
the
eat
soap-
food.
The sopapillas might be the only
It's
thing there.
expensive. No way. It's a hell of expensive too.
No, my
I
favorite
like
Mexican food in
food.
town is
I'm
La
not going to
Loma.
Mexican. Dude, if you're going to
Is
that place.
La Honda? What?
No, La
Oh,
Loma.
Oh.
Up in the Highlands?
You just blew me away. If you were going to that place to get good Mexican food.
No, you have to eat though.
No, you do not.
You can't just
do.
walk around
No,
Bart's
you can't.
Cave.
You have
Yes,
to buy
you
a meal when
can.
you walk in.
No.
So you order the taco salad.
No, you do not. You buy a sopapilla or you buy.
Well, the sopapillas come with it.
I have snuck into that bitch without eating. I swear to God, because
You
I
have to
swear
legally-
to God.
I'm trying to not to get
I've heard
people in
that they
trouble.
will straight up throw old ladies out.
You try not to get who in trouble?
I've read stories. I'm
You must
serious.
eat our food.
I was a little fascinated with that place a few years ago.
You're fat.
Bonita.
What? Because of the
Casa Bonita.
South Park?
Yeah, of course.
Casa Bonita. Still have not got the damn audio file from that. We need to get it.
I
Probably
love
shouldn't play it
that show.
anyways.
Why?
7 seconds? Is that what you can play?
Trey and Matt don't care.
We already got when we put on a Fair to Midland, who we have perfectly fine permission to play. We put the new video on YouTube, and YouTube has a tracking system. YouTube recognized the song inside my video and then sent it off to fucking EMG, and I'm like, God, why do I have to defend myself when I've already got the note in front of me and technology goes and fucks everything up?
No, they did that to me I did a video of me smoking oil out of an oil rig with Peter Tosh's Legalize It, just playing on my background speakers.
For real?
And they're like, they held the video for a day, and then they were like, okay, this is acceptable. But the fact that they pulled it out from my background speakers, technology is just so.
Thank God,
weird.
Fair to Midland is like cool, and they don't they just want to know who's playing their stuff, and they don't pull the videos or whatever whoever the company is, whatever. Oh, that is the most.
It's providing jobs for America.
I think iTunes started it up too. So please tell me if you listen to the iTunes and you've listened to back episodes. Please tell me if it stops, because last night I started to go through and it stopped in the middle of a few of the songs. We have permission to play every single song that we have played. Period. End of story. Bullshit. And if iTunes is stopped, no, not bullshit. None.
Nunca.
Go ahead.
Name a song that we haven't had permission to play.
I don't even listen.
Well, maybe there's a few in the middle of the podcast like that. Right now, I want to pull up a song that we probably didn't necessarily have permission to play.
Who's that in the screen?
I think this is still on the NORML network.
Well,
This
can
would be
I do
the
that? Can we
Cure.
just plug anyone we want now? Put on their music?
Snoop Dogg.
Word
Go
up to
for it.
Bun B down in H-Town.
This is what I was looking for right here.
Lil Kiki, Lil Wayne.
Little Kiki.
This is where we're going with the jungle.
My homie Crunchy White.
That right there could get us probably.
No, seriously, go check out Crunchy White on YouTube. It's the craziest rap group I've ever seen.
Crunchy White.
We just got into wild craziness. I don't know what the hell is going here. On
You
the
totally
Jungle
made
Radio
this
Show.
a Dazed and Confused kind of Friday.
I did, but it worked.
I gotta go jump in my classic car, cruise the strip,
It's all,
get a cheeseburger.
This is what I'm talking about, is running for the hills. So I'm going to go to the Hood Lab and just smoke right now. That's what I'm going to do.
Are they gonna bust out the thing?
We're going to do this.
Is he playing? He loves this damn song.
Crunchy
I do.
White,
I love this song.
the greatest
Anyway,
rap group ever.
I'm going to stop that right now before YouTube picks it up and actually...
He's gonna have to pay you for this.
That was
Hey, somebody brought you this cake.
that was public
Stars
use.
and Stripes brought you a cake today.
Yeah,
you should
dude.
probably eat it.
I'm going to eat a piece, actually, because I am starving. Kimmy, you
I've been
feeling all
looking
right
at
today?
it for like an hour.
You feeling better today?
I feel the heat from the
You feel the heat from what?
computer right here. It's fucking
From
melting the
computer's
table.
Her computer is a nuclear reactor.
It's a nuclear. Yeah. Don't
s-
plug it in. It like shuts off in like
you
2
just
seconds.
about-
It's,
I'm
like,
gonna
making
start
me
a
mad.
book of the
I
month
can't even
book
talk.
club. 'cause I
You
read
just
a
about
lot.
set a bush there.
This month's book.
A nuclear.
Nuclear.
I want
That's a
one.
nuclear.
How did he say it? How did Bush say it? Nuclear.
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 Whatever.
It's like say Earl.
Earl.
We got Earl coming out the well in my backyard.
Hey, I got that.
Anyone comes and takes it, I'm gonna fire off my nuclear weapon.
Hey, I wonder if we can put that dang old oil rig in the backyard, dig down the Devo earth, and then smoke it.
Big explosion.
All right.
All right, man. I gotta call it quits.
Yeah, I figured you overtime. You told me an hour, and we're already up to 1:40 here. An hour and 40. I feel like we've got the extra
20.
special plus.
I'm waiting for my
I saw that.
pounds.
What? Oh, pound. There you go. Sorry, I was looking at our sponsor list,
No, it's okay.
Of course.
making sure that I got the money taken care of.
I got stuff taken care of early, so I could hang on a little longer.
Right
with
on.
you today.
Fridays, man, come down every
But yeah,
Friday.
now I'm off work.
Are you done? So then, what do you?
I'm
When
out
you,
for
are
the
you gonna come down to Hood Lab?
I may come down if I love tonight.
Come down early. After I'm done with here,
call me.
I'll hit you on your Facebook page, or I'll text you.
Yeah.
And when I head out and go down there, maybe
First
we'll
Friday
just-
is great because it's
I'm
awesome and free, and you can bring booze.
I'm gonna try and have them. I'm gonna try and help them clean up a little bit, and do my part a little bit more.
Right on.
Since I have some free time, and I just want to get out of the house. I want to get.
It's too beautiful to stay indoors.
Yeah, it's gonna get.
Go to an
colder.
art collective.
It's gonna get colder though. I just want to get my mind off of this, off of as much as crappy as this sounds. And thank you very much, William Breeze. Westward.com is where you can check him out. He totally just ninja'd himself up as he left the room. William Breeze, check him out. Westward.com/latestword. Mile Highs and Lows. Also doesn't just do Mile Highs and Lows. He's also involved with the awesome reporting that has continued with the Westward. I like the Westward. I wish we got more props and more drops. You know, we invite William Breeze free here. And I'm not complaining by any means right now. We invite William Breeze free here. We did Danny Danko and other people from High Times in. We invite Steve Elliott on. It's just, sometimes it's maybe... Steve Elliott gives us mentions, has given me mad mentions, so I shouldn't put him in there. I just wish we had a little bit more cross-promotion with some people,
Right.
It is what it is. We're working on making sure that we take care of what we need to take care of to have the fundage, the thousands of damn dollars it takes to put inside of... God. Why it takes as much money to buy advertising as it does, I don't get it. We offer a pretty damn good advertising package, I think. If you're a dispensary and you cannot make up $400 in a month in advertising through helping out... Am I putting my foot in my mouth right now? Sort of. I mean, you should be able to make up a good amount, and the support is incredible. Kim's over there like freaking out on shit. She's like, you just
Shush.
No, I'm real with this.
You know who we should get on the show, Tim?
I'm real with this. No, I'm gonna finish what I'm saying.
Okay.
Because I think that we give incredible pricing at what we offer and what we could offer as you stay along with us. And I'm telling you right now, man, there's certain other glass people or glass companies that have become larger because of the John Doe Radio Show. I mean, there's many different values of becoming a long-time John Doe Radio Show supporter. And that $400 a month main basic package that we have doesn't mean that that's the package that you have to go with. That we have is extremely valuable. It's crazy valuable compared to like a print or something else. In my opinion, the direct marketing that we're about ready to try and get into with having, okay, you can have this coupon, right, Kim, and then take it here, and bam, it already says JDR instead of maybe relying on people to say JDR. I just think it's good value. I didn't put my foot in my mouth. See?
No, you're good.
Whew. Thought I was gonna have to walk home.
Jenny's here.
That is true. Thank you, Jenny, for giving me a ride today.
You're welcome.
I totally thought Stars and Bars was giving me a ride, and then he ends up... I'm not complaining.
People are asking in the chat, where's Hood Lab at?
Hood Lab is at 629 Santa Fe in Denver, Colorado. 629 Santa Fe, Denver, Colorado. I like having you tell me the chat room. We need to get computers up in here. Kim needs a computer. I like having a lot of people in here. Just having one other person is weird, though. Like, when it's just me and Kim, like, this sort of throws me off. And it's not just Kim. It's, like, anybody. Sometimes. Other than a few other people that we've had. Wow. Kim, did we cover everything we need to cover? Are you feeling okay? I feel bad. A Cut Above Medical Marijuana Center. Make sure you check them out online. Compassionate Pain Management, CPM, are going to be here on Monday. Can't thank them enough. Hopefully we'll be working with them more and more. Mad Hatter Smoke Shop, big thanks to them. You make sure you check them out at 303-953-7015 is the phone number, 303-953-7015. And 6091 West Colfax Avenue in Denver. Awesome place, awesome people. Cannot thank them enough. Pink House Blooms, the good people from not only Pink House Blooms, but it's 3 shops. Pearl Company, Cherry Company, and the Teapot Lounge. And they have some incredible ISO. We've talked about it earlier, so make sure you check those guys out. Platte Valley Medical Marijuana Center got some of the best pricing. Also carry top shelf extracts. Jenny is a friend of Dan, I think. Mm-hmm. And also big thanks to Rare Degnus Seeds. Big friends and buddies, all of these dispensaries, for supporting us on the John Doe Radio Show. I cannot thank you enough. Also, big thanks to Adam Hand and handmadeapparel.biz. If you'd like to get your JDR gear, go to handmadeapparel.biz. The gear I'm wearing right now, Rare Dankness pullover, is from handmadeapparel.biz. You can also get your JDR gear there and the other Normal Show Live and other goodies, Token Daily. Also, dudegrows.com. Grow Eyes, 3225 South Wadsworth Boulevard in Lakewood, 3225 South Wadsworth Boulevard in Lakewood. These guys are longtime supporters of the John Doe Radio Show. Appreciate them. I appreciate them. I appreciate them. They supported us through times and times and times again, man. I just can't thank them enough. Also, big thanks to littlemanhosting.com. If you listen to the John Doe Radio Show through podcasting, anything but liveness, or go to our website, it's all thanks to littlemanhosting.com. So check them out, littlemanhosting.com. I thank you, Stone Kidney. You are the man. Also, last but not least, giveaways on the John Doe Radio Show. We have awesome giveaways. Token Terra has some. We're still waiting to send out some stuff. It's not like we're made of money, ladies and gentlemen. Even though we are selling ads, we still got overhead and bills to pay. And we're trying to take care of everything as best as possible. But Kim's got that taken care of, and we'll send you out your shirts. We just started that. It's not been a month, right? So, yeah, you give us a month to at least get you something. And also the Silver Surfer Vaporizer. I know Wiki Whack DJ finally received his Silver Surfer Vaporizer. Loves the shiz out of it. And I'm happy that he got it. I'm very happy that he got it. So, you're on.
Debbie Miller won that one on Before Christmas. Remember?
What?
The one you gave away on the last show before Christmas.
The Silver Surfer Vaporizer?
Yes, sir.
Well, I still haven't got to that. So, if person who just won Silver Surfer Vaporizer,
She's listening today.
Still stuck on stupid before. We'll get you your shiz. Ask Wiki Whack how long he waited. He finally got his, so don't worry. We'll take care of you. All right? Any other business that we need to take care of today? The giveaway. John Doe Radio giveaway at gmail.com. John Doe Radio giveaway at gmail.com. Put inside the subject line what it is that you want to. Can you close that window? Mm-hmm. It's like, for some reason, giving my nose like weird frozenness. I'm not going to try and complain, but I've been battling off this migraine for like 2 weeks now, and it's weird how the triggers come along, and it was like the cold like triggered a weird nostril eyesight thing here, and then people think this shit is crazy.
It looks pretty outside, but it's really cold.
People think this shit is crazy though. When I talk about my migraines and the seriousness and the like whatever,
I believe you.
like, but people think it's crazy. It's insane how much it affects my daily life, and how much it's affected the stress and shiz of the last couple weeks. God.
You did mention $15 and $20 eighths at Pink House dispensaries, correct?
Go ahead.
$15.
Speak up.
$15 eighths for patients at Cherry Co, Pearl Co, and Teapot Lounge. $20 for non-members.
$15 eighths. That's today.
Yes.
Only.
No, that special is still continuing.
Continuing on till further notice.
Yeah.
$15 eighths for non-patients.
Today it's family members.
No, $15 eighths for members and $20 eighths for non-members, right?
Correct.
Right.
Right, and that's at Teapot, Cherry Company, and Pearl.
Correct.
Awesome. And you can go to where'stheweed.at to find out information on that, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, so I'm about ready to lock up shop here. Probably take care of some business. Say what's up to Scott. Scott, what are you planning on doing today?
Hanging out until First Friday, really, not much.
Well, if you're going over First Friday,
downtown. I'll see you guys. I'll be down there.
Well, are you coming down? Where are you going now then?
Here. I'm not going anywhere for a while.
Why?
I'm chilling. I don't know. There's nothing to do yet.
I'm gonna sit here and do this, and then maybe if there's enough time and.
We'll just do another show.
Kim is willing, or whoever I'm getting a ride to First Friday to. I want to go down there and see what's up and see if I can help out.
We can go hang out downtown. Mom downtown.
I'm not going downtown. It's too cold.
That's what I mean.
I'll go to First Friday though. I'll go to the lab. By the way, the lab's not open till 7. So unless you're like special friend, don't show up at lab till 7. I mean you can, but it's really not open till 7. You might get locked out in the cold.
No cold.
No cold. How are we gonna afford Noah? This is a little bit on the pricey side, but it's worth it. It's like $8 a meal. $10 a meal. But it's so worth it. Have you been to El Noa, Jenny?
Nope.
Fudge.
Wait, hold on.
What?
2 said he's gonna have to start coming down here more.
Why?
I don't know.
Somebody yelled at me that I screwed up 2's interview the other day. They said, "Did we do a fantastic job?" And they 5-starred us on iTunes, but that we screwed up on 2's interview. And I'm like,
Screwed up on
I'm thinking back, and I'm like, didn't 2 explain it? Like 2's a wacky guy. You gotta he's a good guy. I love 2.
Know 2 to know.
Just gotta know him, man. And like, didn't he explain it?
Yeah.
I thought he explained it.
Yeah,
we'll get him back. He'll be back in again. Don't worry.
He's gonna be around.
All these headphones are killing me right now.
And they're gonna be doing more, so.
And they'll be doing
Him
more.
and Corey will be in.
Just craziness. Oh my God. This one time he brought me this oil, and it was like the weirdest shiz possible. And it was like this, I think it was like this weird reclaim that he had processed, but like still got you high as fuck, but was nasty as heck. Like, dude.
Yuck.
That those may or may not have been Cannabis Cup entry that you got of syringes.
Yeah.
Is that Phoenix Tears? It's got to be Phoenix Tear.
If it's Phoenix
Have you
Tears,
burned it?
like, no, we haven't burned any of
burn
it. I wouldn't burn it. Usually stuff that I see like that, we put in capsules, do it as an edible.
Try it and let me know.
All right. You'll know if I do
Try it, let me know. 'Cause then I want one. I want one big ass farking horse pill of it.
Dude, I've put too much in a capsule before, and like
I get horrible indigestion off of hash. Last night we were smoking so much Earl. May or may not have been smoking so much Earl. I took a drink of water, and it was like I tasted, you know when you like eat hash or you eat weed? No, you eat hash. Like you lick your finger and making hash or whatever. Like that potent of hash. That it's like you take a drink and you're like, it's coated.
wow.
That maybe that's BHO, but oh my God, I have new products to show you.
You guys were doing that. I was hanging out with David Grinspoon.
Shut up. Shut up.
Hey, we should have him in on the show and have him the same day as Nate Myers. He can talk about space. Nate can talk about space glass.
That's actually a good idea.
I think so.
You should write that down.
David's got some awesome music. You could play some of his music on the show.
David Grinspoon, the son of Lester Grinspoon, who lives in Colorado.
Yep.
That somebody may or may not be trying to schmooze. Miss Dabs.
Oh, I love her.
You know, we need to do that. Get Nate Myers up in this biznitch with him. We need to get Nate Myers back in here anyway. And this week I may try and call and try and schedule an interview with Cowboy on Tuesday, depending on what you had planned. I don't know if you had the Chica thing planned on Tuesday or not.
I'm still working on that. That might be a
So
couple weeks out.
So wait, about this whole tattooed female that's awesome, attractive, can put up with Tim's shiz thing.
If you're not tattooed, I'll tattoo you.
Is this a possibility? Is this a possibility that we can run into?
It could be possible.
You're like, it's up to you, muff. You
gotta work at it too, man.
I'm trying. What am I doing wrong?
The wingman can't do it all.
I'm doing it. I'm trying. Take a look at my Facebook, and no wonder why. I've improved, right?
You have.
Kim, I've improved.
Tim's Facebook was jacked last night.
What was that? Was that a...
What?
Nothing. I'm just giving you crap. I'm hoping you would be on air and give feedback, but you're not.
I don't want my feedback on that situation.
About what situation?
The situation you're talking about.
Why? We can bring... Never mind. I'm not going to bring real life into this because I don't know if it can be controlled and handled.
I was talking about real life. Well, you're talking about real life.
I am talking about real life. Do you have a real life situation too? There we go.
Everybody knows about because it was all over Facebook yesterday.
Exactly. So why are you going to get mad at me?
You are not ready for any type of situation.
Psh, please.
If you want to put somebody on blast.
All right.
We're not talking relationships here. We're just
That's
talking.
what he was talking.
A Friday night out.
No, that's what he was talking.
No, I was talking about a Friday night out. Is what I was talking. I was talking about bringing home a tattooed, nice Friday night chick. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, anyway, if anyone out there wants a tattoo, they can hit me up at jenny@kushinc.com.
Yes. You need to write something out, by the way.
I know.
So maybe we make some money up in here for you.
So if you're a chick and you can put up with some shit, you know, I'll tattoo you if you don't have any.
Honestly, I don't want no stinking relationship right now, for sure. That ain't not at all what I'm
Just
looking for.
needed to clarify that. That's all.
That ain't nothing that
I don't think any of us need relationships, but, you know, sometimes they happen.
Nothing. Even then, if it happened, I would try and
just walk away.
Yeah, it's just not something. Why are we talking about? How did we get so much out of me here? Always ends up to the last week. The last week has been me. And see, I couldn't find it in time. What the fuck? I hate this. I hate this program.
What are you trying to do over there?
I had to hit the mute button there for a second because I had to scream about F-bomb. I rewind no seeds. I hit no seeds, rewind it, so it's like rewinding because it's only like 3 minutes or whatever. So I just hit this like as it's growing. Like, let me open up the program. Usually I have it over here, but I switched so many programs up today, I couldn't find it. And when I'm trying to talk or whatever, like it'll be playing, and all I have to do is like hit right here, bam, and like it'll go to right there, whatever I'm looking for, whatever I have. So it'll rewind it to the beginning. If I don't get to it in enough time, though, it gets to here, and then it starts beeping. Like a red thing goes do, and then it fires off into, and then it fires
a 24-hour radio show.
It fires off into the thing. Anyway, all right, that's
Scott Green wants to do a 24-hour radio show.
I got some time on my
a 24-hour radio network.
You have plenty of time on your hands, like
Scott. I've already tried to get you to do a radio show. All right, yeah, that's gonna do it for today, man.
Why? We have to stop. 27 people out there that are hanging out.
We got 10 minutes left here. I gotta get to do. I'm hungry. I gotta make sure to take care of some stuff. Kim doesn't necessarily have all the time in the world.
What do I gotta do?
What? Your mic's not even on.
Oh. What do I gotta do?
Hey, Warren's coming back in here. What's up?
Oh, nothing. Just checking, touching base with him. Didn't realize you guys were still.
Oh, I thought you were just.
That's what I said too.
Scott, should you and I
you were
just do
trying to-
our own show, like for 2 hours a day, right after JDR?
If they can sell,
Can you come in 5 days a
They
week
need
and
to
we'll
sell
sell
ads.
ads and
money.
What Warren was really doing coming
Well,
in
let's
here
do
is
it.
checking on the nursery. Is what he was doing.
This is John Doe Radio Daycare.
That's why we padded the walls.
The walls are padded. Yeah.
Island of Misfit
I have a
Toys.
straight jacket at home if, you know, it'd be of service.
Padded walls.
Velcro cuffs. I don't know.
Wow. Hey, now we're getting into some different. Now we are getting into some differentness of some Velcro and some cuffs and some craziness. That's just,
Somebody wants to go bowling out there. JDR bowling night.
dude. That's a great idea. Actually, I like that idea. We went bowling on my birthday down to Lucky Strike,
Did you?
and that was very fun. That was actually really fun.
We need to get a few of our friends over to play some Wii bowling one of these days. I gotta teach you how to play it
Wii
the right
bowling?
way.
Jeremy tried to get me to play it last night.
Dude, you need to play it.
I was way too high.
You've got to play it.
I
Like,
was.
you'll need a
way-
nap, but you should play it.
I was way too high last night to even like.
How about Saturday afternoon? Let's
We
get
can
some
do it.
people over. We'll play some Wii bowling. We've got like 3 Wiis. We could do tournaments in the house.
Why don't we bring it over right now? Like, just let's do it over at the Hood Lab.
At the Hood Lab? Do they have a TV down there?
Bring Warren's projector.
We could bring Warren's TV that I have at my house.
Sweet, that TV would work.
Yep.
That'd be fun, man. We should do that. We really should.
We should.
We're bringing Wii Bowling to Hood Lab tonight.
Maybe, maybe not.
Let's do it.
All right, it's the John Doe Radio Show. We do it live. I don't know why I'm going out with Careless Whisper. Maybe because I'm looking for that love. No, I'm kidding. This is such a funny video. Look at this fool right here. I'm going to do a video, I swear to God, when we go to 2 hours. I swear to goodness, when we go to 2 hours, I'm totally going to do some, like, we're going to get in the studio.
We need to start doing music videos.
I'm gonna get like the music of this, and it's gonna be like me in the video, like singing some like, I can't believe when I run out of weed and it feels so, I'm never gonna smoke weed again, never gonna. All right, we're done. All right, that's going to do it for today. Hopefully you had a fantastic day. Thank you guys very much for hanging out with us on the John Doe Radio Show. I cannot thank our sponsors enough. Damn, man, if just fucking relax in life and have good times, just get all our friends, good times in here, and 2 hours long of just zoo action and funness. Today was fun.
It was fun.
Now I got to go back to real life.
Everyone have a great weekend. Stay safe out there.
I'm not going back to real life, actually. I refuse to deal with any... I kind of have to put up the show, and that ticks me off like crazy having to type off and remember what the hell we talked about for 2 hours when I could barely remember what I talked about 2 minutes ago. Y'all know this. I just want to go to Hood Lab. Nothing... I'm going to try and not let anything fuck up my day, but something is.
It's going to be a good day. Don't think that way, man.
That's right.
Manifest positive.
Not if this song's in my head the whole night.
We'll find something else to get in your head.
Have yourselves a fantastic weekend. Smoke too much. I'm John Doe. Until we meet again on Monday. Big thanks to Kim. Big thanks to Warren Edson for taking care of everything that he takes care of. Big thanks to everybody. Every single person that supports the John Doe Radio Show. Jenny Kush, Scott Green. Make sure you check iCannabis Radio, the brand new spanking show from Georgia. And Scott over here, 7 o'clock Mountain Time, 6 o'clock Pacific. You can go on my Facebook page to check out where it is.
Mondays.
7 o'clock p.m.
All Monday. You need is this. Yeah, I screwed it up anyway. Have yourselves a great weekend. As I said, smoke too much. My name is John Doe. Almost forgot Phil. I'm forgetting everybody. Just have a good weekend. See ya.
Show is produced by Charlie Stash Entertainment. The John Doe Radio Show programming is not limited, but includes information on agriculture subjects and is intended as informational and entertainment purposes only. We specifically include responsible marijuana reform. Listening to anyone but your mother is just plain stupid. We accept no responsibility for your actions or misrepresentations, and we do not fully endorse the use of illegal drugs. You are ultimately responsible for your...
John Doe Radio.
Radio.